So do you do any real marketing or just?
So I do.
Because you come from marketing.
I know, it's kind of funny, right? So I do a lot of, I do obviously stuff with you for listings and stuff like that. I do videos, trying to get my word out there. I do a lot of social media kind of stuff.
Yep.
I did join a program with my brokerage. It's called Sync. It is like an online lead generation thing too.
Commissions Inc. If you don't know what that
Commissions Inc. Yeah, and I honestly suck at it. So I've kind of removed myself from that right now because I just realized especially when I get busy, it's the first thing that falls off.
Yeah.
And then there's all these people sitting there that are ready to buy and sell, and I'm just not giving them the attention that they deserve. So I've tried a lot of things, and I think I market to my sphere, and I try to do those kind of things. I try to sponsor stuff along the way when I can. But yeah, it's mostly just my sphere at this point, and it's paying off. Well, my sphere and their referrals, right?
Now, how much of when you're working your sphere is a coordinated plan versus you just kind of going out and talking to the people you know? Do you have a specific system you're using with people, or is it just just keep up talking with everyone?
No, it's so they hear from me all the time.
Yeah.
But I do sit at the beginning of the year. I kind of sit there and pull out a calendar. And I map things out on it. So I'm okay, so they're gonna get, the monthly update this day. There's gonna be some kind of hey, I'm gonna give everybody tickets to the CNE.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I spend a lot of money actually on my sphere.
Yeah.
And I just do it in ways that make them feel special. And, they all get birthday cards. They get 1-year anniversary in their house, flowers. It's one of those things, whatever I do is planned around, I don't want them to feel like they were just a commission, because they're not, and I want to make sure that they realize, I still care after their house closes, and so it's all focused that. So there's, monthly updates, they get a newsletter every month, they get all those kind of pieces, but it's all mapped out, it's not just I'm going to do this today. Sometimes there is that, if I get tickets to the aquarium or something, I'll be the first 10 people that respond to this will get tickets or whatever. And then I also, actually, thanks to the Brel team, to Melanie and Brennan.
Episode 2.
There you go. They do this rebar in the county. And so I didn't end up going this year, unfortunately. But last year when I went, something that they brought up, which was fantastic, was they do a closed group on Facebook for just their present and past clients.
Yeah.
So I've done the same thing, and it's just called Charlene's Clients with Benefits. I think theirs was Friends with Benefits, something similar. Yeah. And that is a platform that I use too. So if a client just bought their first home, I'll add them to that group, and then I'll go in there and be hey guys, congratulate John. He just bought his first home. He's actually moving to Burlington. Yeah. And then I can tag so who live in Burlington. Do you have any cool spots that he should check out? Yeah. And get the conversation started between them. So they all kind of feel they're part of this family. And it's been great.
How long have you been running that group?
A year. So ever since the last year's thing.
Yeah, because that's one that I keep telling a lot of people to do, and you can see a lot of people have kind of they're almost nervous to do it. And
there's no reason
it'd be perfect. It's the perfect way to engage with them in a very easy way that also is you're not sending too many emails, you're not doing stuff like that.
Definitely. And these are the people you already know. There's absolutely no reason to be worried about it. And it's Facebook. You put something out there and they don't care about it. They just won't interact with it. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
They're not going to join.
No. Yeah. And and if you're giving them value, then they're going to interact and they're going to want to be there. There are some people in that group that never interact on the group, but they maybe just don't use Facebook that often, right?
Yeah. Well, you notice a lot with groups is there's a lot of people who don't engage and things like that, but they're watching everything
you do.
Yeah, all of people who I actually recently had a conversation with someone who was literally referencing parts of the show that was every reference was 30 to 50 minutes into episodes.
Oh wow.
And so he'd been watching every episode, and I had actually never heard his name before.
Interesting.
So he had never commented, never engaged, had never engaged with anything outside of episodes either. Mm-hmm. But he had made some very pointed references to multiple episodes pretty deep into them.
That's excellent.
So I was
I don't know if I've watched every episode
I don't expect
finish.
anyone to watch every episode.
But I think that's a problem too. I think that when you put content out, especially on social media, like if you are someone that it typically engages, you kind of measure your success on that based on engagement. But it's not necessarily just like what you can see engagement, like liking and commenting. There's a lot of people that are paying attention, you know, like I get a lot of people that have never been my clients. I don't actually use my personal Facebook page a ton for real estate related stuff. But my Instagram is kind of a mix of the two. And I have tons of people that'll just reach out to me and be like, hey, since you're the real estate guru, and I'm just like, oh, or like, you know, reach out and be like, I love your real estate marketing and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I had some questions about it. And so, and these are people like I haven't talked to since high school. They're just, you know, you don't know who's watching at any time.
It happens a lot. Like, and that's where like knowing the analytics helps a lot too.
For
like,
sure.
The reach you're getting doesn't just mean someone's liking it.
No, definitely.
That's what I like about stories is that no one hacks. A lot of people don't like engaging because it like puts them public. And everyone can see it, but that's what Instagram stories works well because it's a private message.
Totally.
Now, do you do a lot with stories too?
So I haven't, to be completely honest, but it's something I want to start doing more. Like I get into these phases where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and this with stories, and then it just like falls off. And I haven't really sat down and put together like a plan of how to properly use it. But I'm hoping by the end of this year to do it. The thing is like, for me, if I don't start planning these things out in the downtime, the whole year goes by before I get the chance to actually do that, you know? So...
Yeah, but that's what, like, you go to conferences where you learn all this shit. And then you're like,
I know.
Okay, now I gotta do it, and then you never do.
Yeah, and it's so overwhelming, right? And like, there's so much content and so much information, and I always come out of a conference being like, I'm so pumped and excited to do this, and this, and this. And then, like, if I get one of those things done, I'm very lucky.
I've mostly stopped going to conferences for that now because like so now I do small masterminds because like masterminds you get those ideas but then you can get all the steps laid out that you need to take,
which is great.
And then you just basically go home and just
because the thing with conferences is you get half information, right? You get the big idea, but then you still have to like the implementation and how to get from point A to the big idea.
Especially if it's something hard. Like I know when I worked like once I started like down the like paid ad and like that type of stuff, like the direct response style marketing. Once I went down that, when I go to conferences and hear things, I would then immediately know how to like take that big idea and implement it back because that's all I've been studying. But then you get a different idea that's outside of that, and you're like, okay, but I'm missing all the between here.
Totally.
And that's what I don't like about a lot of conferences that are out there. One thing that we were looking at was like creating like a parent company for Just Sell Homes one time. We're like, do we want to, because like we have some non-real estate clients but they're small. But we looked at like, well, what if we did different industries? Just Sell Homes doesn't work as a name for them. So trying to come up with like a company name for a general agency, it's a shitty process because it's like they're all taken. I know. Everything's taken.
Well, I remember even when I got into this business, like trying to figure out a domain name was such a pain. And like my domain is Stay in the GTA. And I literally woke up in the middle of the night one day with this like in my head, and I like wrote it down. Woke up the next day and I looked over and it was scribbled, and I was like, "What the heck did I write there?" And then it came to me a bit later, and I looked it up, and I'm like. .ca and .com are not taken, right? And now everyone's like, "Oh, stayinthegta.ca." It has such a like good ring to it. I'm like,
it works.
But like, it's such a hard process.
I did my name, but then I quickly realized the mistake, which is no one can say my name or pronounce it.
No.
So if I say it, you're no way you're gonna get the G.
You're not gonna get the exactly.
And even if I say it with the G improperly, you probably still won't know how to spell it. So I have to spell it out every time. But then I ended up buying sellwithremax.com.
You got Sell with Remax?
Yeah, I was shocked it was available.
Oh, I'm not interested. I'm surprised that Remax didn't come after you for that.
They didn't know. And I didn't know at the time it wasn't allowed.
Yeah. Well, that's good that you got that. Do you still own that domain?
I don't remember. I have like 70, 80 some domains.
I'm a domain collector as well.
Yeah, I got a lot. Like I got my favorite one that I'm not doing anything with is guidetomarketing.com.
Nice.
I feel like there's something there. I just gotta have time to do something.
To do something with it, yeah.
And I got like GaryVaynerchuk.ca and a bunch like that.
You bought that?
Yeah.
That's so funny. And he hasn't come knocking yet?
No, I even offered it to him for free, and he just never answered the email.
Oh.
And I was like, all right. It was like, basically, I had a couple whiskeys one night, and it was Black Friday,
Okay.
like a couple years ago, and it was 99-cent domains.
So you just went and bought
So,
everything.
yeah, I think that day I woke up with 45 extra domains.
Oh my god.
And a lot of it was what companies are out there that don't have their .ca, and I bought a bunch of those. And then I kind of realized, like, I'm never going to get really anything for these.
No.
So I let like half of them go. And now it's just like, oh, if I have one, if it's expiring soon, I'll message the person and be like, do you want it? Because I'm not going to do anything with it.
Okay.
And
So you're just being nice and giving. They've been in holding for you. I'm just keeping
Yeah.
them warm.
I mean, at the time, I definitely was like, I could make money on this. Now I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a crappy way.
And it happens, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it totally does. Like, I remember, this guy I went to college with, I don't remember what the domain was, though, now, but he got approached by some company
Yeah.
that wanted to buy the domain off him, and they offered him $1,000 for the domain, and he was
Yeah.
like, no, knowing that it's their company name,
They're gonna
and
pay more.
and he had .com and .ca of it, right?
Yeah.
So they ended up giving him like $20-something thousand for this domain, for the domains, and he was like, cha-ching, right? Like
Deal.
coming out of college, or not college, we were probably a little bit older at that time, but still, like that's
Yeah.
a huge win.
Yeah. Oh yeah, looking back at some ones that I've like, almost bought, and I'll see like the price bill. Even over at pint.com, I offered on $1,500 US. New one. So
Oh, somebody actually has that.
yeah, so it was someone who started their own show like 5 years ago,
That's funny.
and maybe did like 2 episodes.
Okay.
And I have overpint.ca. I don't do anything with it, but I just bought it. And then I was like, I wonder if anyone else has Over a Pint. And I Googled it. I found a guy who has it. And then I found out that he actually had the domain. But it was like a craft beer blog thing.
Okay.
But it's been years. And he at least answered me. Because most people, when I reach out about domains, don't even
They just don't
answer.
bother, yeah.
But like Foliato.com, they wanted 20 grand for. I'm like, there's not even famous Foliatos. Like,
Yeah.
there's like a distant cousin in Italy who like I think either almost made the Olympics or like competed but didn't place.
But yeah, wouldn't need their own website.
That would be like the biggest Foliato.
That's crazy.
There's one who's worth some good money who's like an executive with Columbia Sportswear. And I only know that because I have a Google alert for my name, and when he sold a bunch of shares, he made like $8 million or something.
Oh, really? You have a Google alert for your name.
Yeah.
What is?
So basically, you
How does
can
that
set up
work?
things called Google Alerts, and if a new thing ever pops up with that term in it, you get emailed the article.
How do you do that? You're gonna have to show me because that's
Literally just go on Google, type in Google Alerts,
okay.
and they'll be like, what would you like to be alerted about? So I have one for just sell homes, but the problem is a lot of people use those 3 words together.
Okay, yeah.
Like especially like agent interviews or like, I just want to sell homes, and like they say things like that, and it ends up, agents
Yeah.
just sell homes, we support them. It's more on the brokerage side. We get a lot of like broker interviews that we get tagged.
You get tagged in,
Kind of.
yeah.
So yeah, those, but yeah, anything with Foliato in it automatically
Interesting.
gets flipped over.
I want to do that to my name. It's good when you
Yeah.
to find out before anybody else when your name's getting slandered,
That's why
right?
you do it.
Yeah, I didn't even
That's
know that
literally the
existed.
reason, yeah.
So like, this is my takeaway from today.
Yeah, there you go. So Google Alerts, they're good. So like, if there's anything else you're thinking of, like, okay, this is something I want to like pay attention to. It's so easy to set up, and you can. I don't think there's a limit. Like I have a bunch of other obscure ones that are
Yeah.
set, but yeah, like Foliato. Like when this guy sold his shares, I think for like a week I would get 1 or 2 new articles a day about it,
Interesting.
and then nothing again. It's like you only get the emails when something happens related with that.
For sure, which makes sense. No, that's really cool though. Like I'm
Yeah.
definitely doing that ASAP.